Assalamu alaikum mbokk yi, welcome back to the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel, the home of Gambian football. Shopo again Chama, and welcome to another Gambia football show. Like we always do on Sunday, we then watan about the hot topics on Gambian football. I think I was not here last week, right, Che? Last week, Maggie Dawan. Last week, yeah, on Aver. For the last couple of weeks, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, but yeah, it's good. It's good to be back. Um, but of course, if I'm not here, it doesn't change anything. Go change me around most of the time. So yeah, but anyways, guys, welcome back to the channel. Let me this is my waji coach co-host coach mu nuyu mbokk yi ñi nga am space tam si background bi nañ ko jël si kanam Che nuyu naa la.
Ciao, jërëjëf fay naa la di la teewlu di la ziar di jox sa wàccuwaay di nuyu suñu audience yi dana welcome to the Jollof Football YouTube channel. The home Gambian football. Yet another Gambian football show because xam ngeen Sunday la am ngeen time bi am ngeen waxtu bi waaw di la tax jaajëfal rek xam nga di la ne daal namoon nañ la waaye amaat nañ la so yal nañ la yàgg a amaat di am waat.
Waaw waaw ma ne war nañu apologize because 1 o'clock mooy time bi. But 15 past and start today. So, but yeah, we will try our best always, of course, to start from 1 p.m. But sometimes I have a negative and be more than they start. But yeah, we are happy to have you guys again. If you are watching, if you enjoy what we do, please make sure you subscribe to the channel for more, for more content on Gambian football and other football stuff on the Jollof Football Bantaba. And also, if you enjoy what we do here, a lot of people are watching right now. A few, I would say, are watching. But we have only a few likes. It's not tallying the number of likes we are getting on the videos and the number of people watching. So if you can help, please, just hit that like button and the subscribe button. Today we have some very interesting topics to discuss. I'm sure the big topic in town is the drama about the stadium, So of course we fuck new lal bobu nono. Yeah. Bepare gis under 17 big guys starting St. Johnny B in the Wafu African Cup of Nations qualifiers, Wafu tournament in Senegal. First game it did not go their way. But hopefully future games will go their way. So then discuss about tournament, about players. We will have a guest, who is very youth football. You join later on in the show. Or come go here. Space time it. Internet la money the struggle with right now. But once he settled that, I'm sure he will join us in and then discuss affair. Well, but because suñu brother tey dafa he's missing Buba Jallow fala boy for the past couple of weeks dafa xaloon a jàppa tey moom xam na tey birthday bi la moo tax tey am naa faa def celebrate birthday bu ma gaalam bi so boobu dañ ko jégal waaw yeah acce sa brother tey la birthday am de
Mala maa ngi ko seen message sa bu wax borom ba di ko safi ba rek ko ne la ko fi ay at yu bare parce que moom borom baax la xam nga te moom fii moom këram la te ñoom xam nañ
yeah
taxawaayam si Gambian football so di
definitely
ko jaajëfal di ko tadagal
yeah
bon foofu la nekk rek
definitely
moom laa safi ba
well, you go wish happy birthday. We were Jalo follow boy guys. Yeah, you can wish him happy birthday on the comments as if you will. So got the first new in the read comments. Yeah, but other things you have to go discuss. I mean, of course, the Gambia latest FIFA ranking be, of course. We seen a Gambia, send FIFA ranking be improved now, slightly, and of course, African Cup of Nations CAF. They have just shortlisted their nominees for the player of the year, African player of the year, young player of the year, coach of the year, and of course Gambia have a representation there, so we will discuss about that as well. But fi ñoo dooree tey mooy Manjai before ñu dugga si drama yeeg yooyu noonu yëpp xam nga ñu starté Manjai weekend bi la gars doon play guys seen finals si that was the cup finals. It was a big event there in Manjai, and it was very successful. Coach, what can you tell us about the Manjai Navetan Cup finals?
Wow, Chama, loolu na sawar a tontu because loolu moom suma zone la and being the head of competition, so I think I'm in a better position to avoid Manjai Navetan. Dima
Yeah.
la woon knockout final bi between Lemon 3 ak Bundas former Real de Saint-Germain. Final bi nag was very interesting was mu naa ne record la in Manjai when it comes to spectators yu ñëw suñ ko am nañ almost 3,000 spectators yu ñëw di wax si match bi xam nga ambiance bari woon na it was peaceful xam nga the game was nice xam nga because what was at stake moo bari woon because first of all mooy Bundas they have one of the biggest fan base in Manjai. They are one of the biggest teams. Understand that? But this time around, they relegate. Understand? The only team, the only team we're gonna save from relegating, my guy win this knockout.
Wow.
So you see what it meant for them. With Lemon Three, on the other hand, like they are the best team by far this year at Manjai. Why? Motamoy, they played now 11 games without conceding
Yeah.
a goal.
That's what I had. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 10, but after yesterday's game, it became 11. They broke our record. Limco to just run the record. 9 games without conceding. We end up going to two finals. We lost the knockout on penalties, and we won the league by a goal to nil. But we considered in the league semi-final, and it was a penalty. And the funniest part of it, Moy, Kuriya Harakuri Kotubi was also playing yesterday for Bundas. In fact, he was captain of Bundas. And it was the same
Wow.
Bundas, you don't play a Kotubi, that record.
Record.
So people were saying like, hey, Bundas ñoo yaxam Kotubi, bi tam guy ñoo yaxam Le Montréal. But unfortunately, they couldn't score. But Chama, it was a very, very nice game, to be honest. Um, During the game, Bundas we are dominating the proceedings. But at some point, when it came, when you're someone happy, things have changed. Lemon Three could have scored. In fact, they scored whatever the court is allowed. Understand that? Like, yeah, and one thing that I like about Lemon Three, they've made almost 5 changes. Then 11 because normally since Tony Steam, when they play league game, even Goko is their reserve goalkeeper. So we want to play knockout. But the is like they've made big changes in team. So what one can say mun lo mota hanya sa game be deme nun deme. Why Champions was a nice game. It ended 0-0. But on Thursday rather, we had a meeting with both teams. When the match is through it, then go atch and we'll compensate both teams. A number of $10,000 each teams from the bank prepare for the final. But
Yeah.
for only guy is on the 9th, like because the league final will be on the second next week Saturday. Then the following Saturday, then you'll play knockout final with one. That time Chama, there is this time with Lu Manjai, they increase the prize monies of winners from they made a 43% increment to the winners and 40% increment to the runners up, both league and knockout. So yeah, lead out more money than the other one Manjai Chama.
So nga next week I play final bi si league bi. Bobu tam su draw bobu tam su draw da ngeen ko acc wala?
League more big coach.
So just knockout bi la. Okay, on the 9 Bundas. Well, to be honest, Lemon Tree bu ma déggee seen record boobu noonu play the whole season in the cup and in the league and without conceding a single goal. Like I know they have been working very well, but yeah, it is a strange record. But of course, it's possible. Yeah, let's see what happens in the next two
Why
games.
Chama, you lemon three from one team like But if you understand Manjai football, lemon three fu nekk nii tey dañ ko deserve. Because this team has been together since 2016.
Yeah.
Understand? The same coach, coach since 2014. Some of them we are there since 2014, but most of them since 2016 ba léegi gaa ngi si team bi.
Yeah.
Secondly, seen 30-man squad bi yëpp 29 yëpp kees lañ leen njëkka. Only kenn rek moo dëkk Bijolo te kees na Bijolo daanaka yëpp benn la.
Yeah.
So ñoom seen team la seen team gox la and they have been playing together different tournaments lañ ci dem la division qualifier so tournament ni QCD fu nekk the same kind of players nga dee gis. So that collective moo fa nekk that connection xam nga. So it's normal if you understand football nga xam ne dëgg ñii moom xam nga man pour man sax seen dominance dafa lii man pour man dafa wala lii because given for nawetaan lañ nekk te they have very very good players dañuy play ay third division ay second division understand ay first division so foo ne waroon nañoo passé fii sax right now man pour man personnel but
Yeah.
notwithstanding ab la ko yaa dogal and they are doing it to be honest lu si des nag si nan nañu ko bi waaye definitely they are the strongest team in Nigeria.
Yeah, Mariko suñu waji mi ngi around ñëw na foog naa internet work bi now is much better. Space, welcome back. Dégg naa démb yaay woon Lamin Cham di explain yaay woon naka laa ko waxee Malick Jones di yaay woon affaire bi daal yow yaa nekkoon di comment affaire bi commentator nu mu fa demee nuyu naa la brother.
Boy Mr. Chama, boy nuyu naa la boy gije déggoo man maa ngi la
Bilahi.
jaajëfal bu baax maa ngi jaajëfal sama boss Samba Robinson Paul Robinson na siimal la
No, partner Sorella.
waaye otherwise kontaan naa bu baax xam nga dellusiwaat Jolof football Bantaba show bi di leen nuyu rek ne dalal na jàmm ñu ñëw seetaan ak ñu ñëw déglu yeah nuyu naa ñëpp waay
ñu ngi laa fay welcome back to the Gambia football show. Yeah, Demba, you were commenting on the game. The other hand, you say one game between Lemon Creek, Lemon Tree, and Bundas. Like what you know was the game with that from your perspective?
yeah game bi démba lu fa la war a am yëpp démba game bi am na ko laya rek la amut mooy goal waaye am nga rek gaay entertain nañ ñu create nañ chances am nga ball bi daw na dëgg la Lemon Tree some point of the game dañ dee clear cut chance yoo xam ne comme waroon nañu finish game bi ñoom ñoo gën a am Bundas chance daal waaye Bundas they were solid at the back démba contain nañ Lemon Tree seen front line mi nga xam ne comme season bi dafa difficult trop pour teams yi nga play Lemon Tree comme ngay scoring la because soo ko bàyyee la am nga they played 10 games coming before the final 10 games they scored 10 goals they concede none so they was the 11 games so di jaajëfal Bundas rek comme nga maintain nañ seen Lemon Tree ba mënuñ la score but again like I said it was a very good and entertaining final li nga xam ne lu final war a am na ko goals rek moo ñàkk a démba but I was really impressed with both sides
Yeah, definitely. Che, I am some comments in Instagram. Guy get complain the Instagram. So I will just read it out because I cannot post Instagram comments. So I will just read it out to you. Nga diga ko. So waji Isa Bailey muna naka. Manjay Park community are just killing people by setting up the final ticket was $50 and VIP was $100. Seriously. So muna na get postpone game bi taxi. They have guys. So you know what I no. $50, $100 is not bad to be honest, in my opinion.
Chama.
Wow.
Man li ma bëggoon nit ñi gën a xam mooy ñun suñu rôle mooy la ñu développe suñu community lu ñoo def nii is for community development.
Yeah.
Understand? Manjai is unlike other zones yoo xam ne dañ mën a jëlee income when it comes to games. yaa ma fi ñun lu ñoo liggéey yëpp demul suñu poste instead dañ ko dugal si paak bi ñoom mi wax ni at bi gis nañ pitch bi nu mel daf ñu métti Chama man I'm a coach and I know the law of the game loolu moom lu wax is the field of play so I'm so concerned and particular about the field. Understand? Tey ñun xam ne what it takes pour defar field to standard. It will cost millions for them to understand.
Yeah.
So ñun dañ fa nekk pour liggéey and this was agreed with both teams before the final. Understand? ñoom tamit they've benefited. When I was more than what dañ leen ko wax ne suñ drawee at final te each team nga go home with another extra $10,000 buñ laa jox. Understand? So it was agreed. At the end of the day, bro, ñun dañ fi nekk pour development. Xale yi perform pour ñu play pour ñu development. ñu develop facilities. ñu ngi demandé dañ nit pour def am new pavilion ñu ko bëgg. ñu bëgg def yëpp mu nekk sita comme ñu def VIP bi. Understand? Pitch bi nu mel baaxul. ñu bëgg def lampa pour ñu mën a play night matches. So loolu fa nekk mën a jëlee Chama.
Yeah.
Amuñ sponsor bu ñu ko mën a jox. te mënuñu am suñu nit ñi di leen taal loxo. So certain occasions lañ mën a utilize pour am lu ñu bëgg a am.
Yeah.
Then again, to guys understand, it's not for us the community. It's for the community of Manjai. If you want to get lu ñu def pour ñoom la. Te loolu ñu understand that. Waaw di jigal nag si any inconvenience am na maa ngi jigal bu baax a baax on behalf of the committee. But to be honest, suñ objective nekkul pour toroxal kenn pour sonal kenn. It's just to make sure that ñu mën a develop suñ community suñ part. That's it.
No, definitely, definitely. I absolutely agree with you because I just saw it and then I wanted to, mention the football is not a cheap, it's not an, it's not an easy, it's not a cheap, thing to do. It's very expensive. Yeah, you're just talking about expenses for your hammer in terms of nahanga muna fair push a pitch here, maintain the pitch and maintenance, put a proper structure in place. We have been crying for proper structures in the Gambia. We don't have those things. But if it's figure like these are the ways we can generate funds to improve the conditions of the pitch. I think people need to then go and accept because this is not at the end of the day $100, $50. I don't think is really like of course maybe I'm talking in a privileged position but it's nekku luy rek nit ku dem seetaani football xam nga so yeah sometimes guys dañoo understand at the end of the day easy would nag because you are talking at both sides léegi da yaa seet ni seen doole fan la nekk ak den nga seet yow sa liggéey bi lan moo la mun a eggal foo mun a egga so it's not easy naka la Issa Bailey but sometimes you have to do what you have to do to muna improve the conditions that we have in place. But anyways, without wasting too much time talking about that, we will move on to our topics today, which is the Independence Stadium, the under-17, the of course there's a FIFA ranking Gambia, and of course the CAF nominations. First, we start with the stadium, boy. Drama bi. Stadium bi drama la cause Gambia. Stadium bi drama la cause. Ma ne gars yi reveal ne CAF schedule in Gambia suñu game bi already. ñu ne Gambia dañoo play against Comoros inside Gambia. Definitely date bi on the 15 and all whatnot. And then ministry gis loolu noonu. ñoom tamit ñu toog jom ñu ne ñu daxa the wait is over Gambia is gonna play in the Independence Stadium GFF jógee fële ne la ñëw leeragul na Gambia ñëw play bi in Independence Stadium this is just the schedule we give to CAF like it has been a few chaotic few days because Gambia we are celebrating everybody ku nekk Gambia ku nekkul Gambia mi ngi celebrate ne Gambia dañoo place biir Gambia because this is what we want to see all this while this is what we have been waiting for but then this chaos happened this drama happened between ministry and now we don't know what is gonna happen so Che let's start with you yo boy the situation be from ministry from the of course the scheduling league bi ministry ñëw GFF ñëw génn si yow foofu noonu loo fa lan mooy woon foofu noonu sa reaction to loolu noonu lan la
Chama very easy man moo gisee dama ka gis li nga from the CAF page ñu dugal ne Gambia sama ñu ngi ko schedule inside the Gambia ak referee yi war ñoo call match bi yëpp man I took my time man okay interested but this is normal because Gambia should play home te lañ request ne pour CAF ñu inspecteur suñ part bi so it's very normal CAF def fa ne Gambia dañoo play home te bokk ba suñ home ground bi understand nga then again nit ñi comme so ñu ku nekk di wax man I was waiting for the GFF but at the end of the day the ministry the other media other ñëpp most of them are politicians especially the ministry that's what they want to see so mu tax focus guys film ko but GFF being running our football and being our football authorities ñoom ñoo la mun a wax lu concret moo tax bu gars yi génn see wax man loolu laa mun a jël boo CAF ñëw inspect gars yi verify confirm danañ ko play home which moo tax everyone I know that everyone including myself ñëpp dañ bëgg a gars yi play home yeah I understand but GFF I think they've made it very clear to everyone that we are still waiting for CAF for them to approve it so in the coming days or weeks they will come and after that then have to play understand but I think it's a massive thing understand this shows like how passionate we are as Gambians when it comes to football understand to see our boys again and it's been almost four years mënuñoo seetaan Gambia at home I think the last game we play home it was full mooy against the 2-2 draw against DRC understand yeah but fingers crossed nañ ñaan rek am nga things go well am nga ñaan tamit gars yi tout morom boo man yaakaar naa wax ne 2025 dañoo play stadium bi du lu ma bugga du lu ma gënal it's just suma gis-gis la ak lu ma yaakaar ak lu kaaf teg what yal nañu yàlla defal rek ñu play ko because dañ ko soxla man loolu la si mën a
dafa
wax.
dégg dégga soxla nañ ko ma ne ko suñ gan mi ngi si background bi but I will take him very soon so let me move on to space space yow jëluma sa reaction to stadium bi yow how did you feel boo génnee Gambia schedule bi daal biir Gambia la yow what was your immediate reaction?
Yeah, Chama, to be honest, pour wala diga, I was really excited. Xam nga dama kontaan bu baax. Yeah, because man, Gambia Sport News Live is ni post ko dam slack ko share ma post ko suma page bi. But to be honest, comme nu ko ceeweer kontaan na si bépp Gambian ko xam na mo rek yaa ngi nama Saran Boys is in Independence Stadium bi. Xam nga, so like I said, rek maa ngi over happy one. But again, that lasts for only like 2 or 3 hours, I can say. After mo gisate beren story na they are still na neko na kom captain ko approve 100% number blah blah blah, so rek mu mixed feelings samba. But again, like I said, we still hoping na FIBA next week gardening ko approve nga ñu mëna amaat suñu boppa. Because ñu mëna amaat suñu boppa mooy comme ñu mëna amaat suñu squad bi seetaan gars suñu home ground and suñu cheer up gars xam nga. Ko nekk li nga xam ne comme dañ ko nama trop xam nga, they need the home support, especially si crucial stage bi nekk nii xam nga, playing against Comoros at home xam nga, dañu dimbale bu baax a baax. Playing them in a neutral ground in Morocco xam nga xam nga dafa tey xel daal, waaye xam nga rek gars yi ñoo war a ko play suñu dëkk fii ñoo gars yi loolu nañu jox beneen confidence boo xam ne comme at least nañu mën a jëlee fu 3 points yi dem taaw hard to reach suñu final game bi. But in short to be honest dama kontaan bu baax a baax. I was so happy.
Yeah, no, definitely excitement bi moom nu ñu gaa yóbbee si kaw ba pare wàññi si suuf noonu loolu noonu daf dee dog xool de waaye hopefully comme ni ko cee waxee noo ko waxee rek let's keep our fingers crossed because gars yi liggéey nañ foofu noonu de ba pare xam nga nit yaa ngi gestu yeneen stadiums yoo xamante ne they got the approval already. And if you look at the state of the stadiums, from the outside, of course, people are not in there physically to know the requirements that guy meet at QNUNU. But so say from the outside, they feel since those stadiums have been approved, then the Gambia stadium should be approved. So there is hope, and there is a highly likelihood guy didn't approve stadium bi. Sawaji Secretary General bi GFF wax na si ne CAF mi ngi expect pour si CAF guys seen inspectors yi in the Gambia very imminently because lii ñëpp la xam nga ñëpp a si gis seen boppa daal. Yaa ngi gis like radio station boo check biir Gambia they are talking about it, TV station boo check in Gambia they are talking about the stadium. Hopefully we will get a happy ending with this stadium. Hopefully we will have that. From there, we move on to the under 17. But before we do that, let me bring in our guest. Maneko Barara Pro, Munyo, Sumawaji. Big Barara, Ninala, welcome to the Jalo Football Badaba, the Gambia Football Show.
Ziana, Chama. Even though Che will always bring the last minute messages.
Sanitki.
Well,
welcome, bro.
Please, Nakam. My recover from the El Clasico weekend. Man, I had like a terrible weekend. You door Gambia, my boy, we have injury, you door Real Demba, you door my neighborhood Northern team. So this week is not good.
It's not good. No, bul worry soo ñëwee fii rek soo ñibbi soo dellu affaire bi dina baax bul worry. waaw ma ne dama doon leen doori métti nag wax dëgg ne yàlla. But anyways, ñu duggaale si under 17 bi because comme ni ko Chew waxee like we all know you are very like you follow the youth football very well. You are running your own football youth football league and stuff like that, or you are running youth football league with your people. But anyways, before ma dugga foofu noonu Badara, just introduce yourself and what you do in Gambian football su ko defee suñu audience yi tamit ñu la xamul gars yi xam la bi ñu dooree ko foofu noonu because today the first time ñu get la si Gambia football show bi usually space bi moom yaa ko dee xaar tey yaa dee xaar space bi campé bi yaa ko amee.
I know I'm Ali Sow, that's my name, but a lot of people know me social media Badara Pulo from Kaputa. I'm involved in a lot of things when it comes to community development, but football is something I always tell people. Like I'm so passionate in football, like way back, organized Northern committees, did a lot of restructuring when it comes to grassroots football and youth development in our area. Anything youth development, like I am in there full time. So I'm a member of BKWS United, Jari Su Talent, and then organizers of the B4L Youth League that we launched last year at the Brikama Box Bar mini stadium. Yeah,
Yeah.
basically that's what I do. So yeah.
Yeah, the youth league is under 15, right?
Yes,
Or you
yes.
have different categories in the youth league?
Yeah, so the one that is currently going on is the under 15, but we do organize series of youth games like under 13, under 9. Like we're so busy in the West Coast area, but the big project that we've been working on since last year is the U15 that we started last year.
Yeah, going into the under 17, like because there everybody is youth league showing on school football. We have been talking about that, Hamga. We see there are few players you have mentioned they came from these youth leagues and then they are now currently playing in the Gambia under 17. This is the first game they would do forward them. But how many representatives do you guys have in the current ongoing under 17 WAFU competition?
Yeah, see Youth League, we have three players. Two started the last game. The other one got last minute injury, played, but he was one of the anchors of the team. So we have three. Another one was registered in the league but played, so we cannot claim him. But
Okay.
we have three players in the youth league. They're going to school. They're playing for their various academies in the youth league.
Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
interesting, interesting. Um First game against Senegal, Gambia under 17 B. They lost 3-1. But according to many, they deserve more, especially in that second half performance that they put in. They consider an early goal, went 2-0 down, and then they have to chase the game from that point on. They got one back, trying to push for the second goal, hit the post in the process, and then finally Senegal got the killer goal, which meant Senegal won the game 3-1. But watching that game, what was your take?
Yeah, come initially, like before even the tournament, I remember when we were having this conversation on the space with Matar. ñun ñëpp xam nañ ne, uh, going into this big tournament, you need proper preparations. Gambia, sometimes we take some of these things for granted. I don't know, maybe in the mindset below or what. But so wholly, like I was always saying, and many of us, the Gambia was supposed to be the most prepared country going into this WAFU championship because so wholly, youth football, like many would know, is our identity with the under 20, with the under 17. But then a lot of things happened during the process years back. It is not what we hoped to be, even though last time we went to the under 20 finals and then went to the World Cup. And then listening to a few boys got contracts out of there. So, to many like myself, that should have been a lesson for the Gambia. But Togon, and we've seen presses left, right, and center about the under 17 until last minute like a month before the process, we saw the process where teams were invited, even though it's never a perfect process. But Gambia could have done better. Like, let's say, we saw when they went for the MRI, even though it was not published, but people know about this. The team that started playing, most of them were disqualified from the MRI, and then they had to go and bank on the school league database where a team was selected and then see, okay, the school team, most of those kids participated in cup competitions before. So they've been taking part in school football, even though Amud Dole Bumwara but then you could see the individual talent in the team. Ne team be technically like had a full time training 2 weeks or 3 weeks subare. But we could
Yeah.
see matching a Senegalese team, Boham Senegal, you can trace the teams database as back as under 15 or even before that these teams were playing together. If you look at their profiles, they're from Jamba, the Generation Foot, and other teams. They are high level football academies in Senegal. They're like the best in the continent. Latin Hale play. kids that were technically playing at fields in Sibanor and other places. Like just there is only one division of players a team in my Francis who play third division. Francis was even playing school football. So that's the commentary of most of the people. Imagine this team was training just 3 months. Like they were together for 3 months training, and then the coach had the chance to see all of them play together, be able to put his tactics. It's gonna be next level thing. But the good thing that we can take from this is I know the appointment of the coach was late and all that. He was in Liberia, came last minute, and all that thing happened. But I hope he's given the chance, the support that is needed to train these kids to the next level. Because the good thing about the under 17 now is every year, if I understand, Gambia, let's focus on these things. You will see the talent that is in that country. Don't organize a trials event for academies that came from elite academies in Africa. They saw the kids that we put together from the B4L Youth League. And this is the work being done at grassroots level by Seeds Academy, by Lahaiba Academy, KWT, and a whole lot of other academies that are working with almost zero support putting these things together. So the team is really good if we can maintain it because I understand most of them are 15 years, 16 years, so which means they can still be eligible to play another competition next year if we make it. So if we're able to qualify, I hope we did Liberia tomorrow to qualify and then eventually to the final. If we can maintain that this team, I think we have a hell of a good team that we can present to the continent at the AFCON.
Yeah, definitely. Che, I'm sure I'm not follow game you with it. What did you make of it?
Well, Chala Sana might be was wafu zone area, Ngoro Gile on YouTube, it's in Facebook.
Yeah.
Man, Luma to Gabuna or the congratulate coach was for me after watching that game, especially second half. I was like, yeah, coach is in the game. But Chama, we should all remember 12th of September, Lagai commencé. Not training day, screening. September 12th, 6 weeks. Lagai screen, bena almost screen almost generally bena 3 weeks. Okay. Then you in between 3 weeks you know, guy or for train fitness, train for strategy, train for tactics. Understand? Emosululu, nga war fa dem MRI ñaari yoon. Chama. So like Gambia, we do not deserve to have anything from this competition. Seriously. Man dama gëm ne ñu fa to participate, not to compete. Because people is on zero. Last week, one of the space. Understand? Problem bi mooy technical development committee ñu war a sonn comme ni ko Aliou waxee Gambia should have been the most prepared team going towards this competition because we've been absent for like for like 4 years if I'm not wrong if I'm right.
Yeah.
Understand? You know, I think GFF the people can begin te ñun ñooy the head president of WAFU A Gambia la the office is in the Gambia so we should know better. ñu xal ba time bi doog a prepare. Cama nga gis si game bi nga gis ndooy xale yu bëri mun naa sax France rek nga play third division moo min crowd boo xam ne crowd bu tëdd la nga ñëw di war a play your country understand nga with that crowd for the first time these young kids Cama is very normal guy feel nervous imagine 24 seconds dañu score post goal loolu su doon beneen team la dañu doon dóor ay 4-5 after ngay am penalty te fu ngay am penalty ñu ni xara clear penalty ñu miss ñu defal call ñu joleen penalty so with all that before half time mun a am benn we came in the second half we attacked Chama match guys waroon nañu mën a score yeneen 4 goals like we had clear chances very very big chances xam nga so man moo tax man daal ma ne leen daal man mu ne ngàcce gaalama even yesterday I called the assistant coach mu doon wax xam nga congrats naa ko motivate naa ko ne ko keep on doing what you are doing lu ma gis from the outside you guys have done a big job and when the team was being built the coach was away with the national team with the under 20 understand so this team was set up to fail to be honest so given still what they've done barki deba ca mënuma wax dara lu dina wax jërëjëf dina wax congrats te am optimistic and hopeful ne if they can play similar if they can add what they've done against Senegal will beat Liberia and will qualify and I believe if you qualify Chama momentarily stop there but nañ naare stop because li ma gis No, to be honest, I was so impressed. Definitely.
Yeah. Let me go to space. Next tomorrow we play the next game against Liberia. It's a must-win game definitely because if the game goes to draw, Liberia they will qualify. Virtue of goal difference because they will have -1 and we will like whatever they win or they will have -1 and we will have -2. So space. From your what do you see? What are you expecting tomorrow? Yeah, email
Space break.
space. Okay. Yeah, go ahead
Yeah,
again.
man, comme nu la ko waxee keroog si space bi rek man game bi second half laa seetaan because maa ngi amoon ay yu ma doon doon so mënuma seetaan first half bi so last 30 minutes laa seetaan but like I said I was impressed with the performance of the boys si last 20 minutes si xam nga comme wane li nga xam ne at least loolu at convince nañu ne comme okay then we can make it and we can win Liberia tomorrow. But again, comme ni ko Badara waxee ak Thie suñ préparation bi xam nga dafa late xam nga short time lañu pour prepare team bi but like I always say Senegal is always a problem for Gambia saa yi ñooy play Senegal even though comme prepare 10 years su ñooy play Senegal I know dañ leen nervous also dañu la jox tough time so suñ gémbee Senegal boobu ok man almost you want that yaka that man come win Senegal. But coming into this game against Liberia, I'm very much sure come so be yala come dinañ win Liberia at dinañ qualify. Te su ko ci wala suñ qualify rek sentu ñu final. Yeah, ñun game enta suñ qualify rek sentu ñu final especially si tournament. Yeah, so loolu la mëna wax rek si team because I didn't watch the game full.
But I had to watch it later. I had to watch the replay of the game. To be honest, I was quite impressed with the performance, especially in the second half. Even commentator, it was a biased commentary because it was a Senegal based commentator. So
Malal.
wow, but you could
Malal never funny.
Wow, but you could hear from him what he was saying that Senegal were in the back foot right now. They were just hanging in there, and Gambia were on them. And anytime Gambia could score and stuff like that, and then eventually Senegal got they got a goal out of nothing, and then that was it. That was it. They scored in around the 80
I'm
because
critic of the coach. Like some of he missed out on some of his most of following the kids missed out on some
yeah.
of the players through last minute injuries that happened in the game. He had to change tactically because Francis, most of us have been watching him. Francis is like proper Lamine Yamal when he's playing in his natural position on the flanks and stuff. But yeah, I guess Mungi on that tactical change because of the injury. But no, you preparation be more correct. Like if you had like early preparations, you give them could avoid. Then I'm
Yeah.
like option because the whole since Benjisa was not that much player compared to the other team. We have about 6 or 5 players to bench it, and then outside of that, you have like 3 players that missed out on the 18-man squad due to injury, and you could not replace them. So I think it was good. Like local Malal don't want his game. Like I know one thing about Gambia is we don't sugarcoat some of these things. If the game is poor, everybody is sad and people will talk about it. But look at this, like the results was not reflective of the boys' performance on the pitch. Were saying
On the
we
pitch.
could have scored Dalman for Barbie, the Baba Linyewe, Dornan for Barbie, like a whole lot of good crosses, static mission. No. Those were like 5 chances that we could have scored and it could have changed the game for us. Tomorrow. And they played Sierra Leone, even though it was a test game, they went 0-0. And then we can see the size, the physicality of the Sierra Leonean team, even after failing the MRI and redoing it. And that was the team that they played before the final MRI. And you saw, like, even though it wasn't 100%, it was good. And I like we saying, this team is good if we can put it together and maintain it and then do a few adjustments. I hope we win tomorrow, hopefully qualify for the AFCON. It will be a big game changer for our youth football.
Yeah, definitely. And there are 2 or 3 players. I think the kids, like the 11, the whole team, they did quite well. The whole team, everybody, played a part. But there are 2 or 3 players who stood out. So Sete, Kumelni number 9B. Turamsa capture Umoko. Kumelni Francis, of course. He scored a very, very good goal. To be honest, the way he plays that shot, like it's a top quality finish that score for Nono. And the captain himself, he was very good at the back as well. I see them playing like much better, especially when it comes to building up play, much better than the other 20 we just watched in terms of building up play from the back. So these three players were very, very interesting. What can you tell us about those three players? Yo, since you're a follow guy.
Yeah, because the striker is a revelation from the school league, in Tahir. Like the journalists were writing about him during the Bantaba. I know even young first division, second division teams were hovering over him on to
Yeah.
get his service. The other kid, captain, major team KGH. So this kid, they've been consistent because so holy traditionally, uh, even though Tahir, he's playing for a neighborhood team academy before the school run. He's a kid. He's in grade nine. I'm a grade nine, like he's in grade nine. Like Francis this year, last sit grade 12. And then traditionally, these kids have been involved in academic football at an early age. So you could see that in them, their mentality. Even though Fra played in the school team for Biam last season, the KGH captain is from Academy Yayabi. So everybody knows Yaya and grassroots football. And so we've seen it what was happening with them. Even though, like I was saying, Fra was playing was not playing in his natural position, but you could see the maturity that he brought in the team, and then the exposure that some of them already played in the tournament. So it's like they're really good. I was talking to Chama, right half back, Queen for Indinoru, the same thing. Naturally, he's not for the position, but you could
Someone
see.
that
Yo, Che, the guy who was playing, the Jambar kid he was playing against, the kid was so fast, so he had to struggle. But yeah, I guess Mungi Jim want to maintain momentum in the game. The other kid also from Basse, the one that Real de Banjul just signed recently. So you can see some of them were trying to adjust to the game. But all in all, man, I am very excited with this, considering what we were playing with, and then we don't have that depth on the bench with the number of team players. But it all draw back to the preparation. Gambia, there is so much talent. If we do things the right way and on the right time, there is so much that we can do. I always give this example of that. There is some Turkish guy that I met in Germany. We've been to many African countries. When it comes to raw talent, Gambia, in all the neighboring countries. But you guys are the most disorganized. You guys are the most disorganized grassroots, which
Wow,
we can understand. So, but moving
he's
forward,
absolutely
I think
right.
this will be a lesson. Like I said, the good thing is Yaya has been in the grassroots for the longest. He knows the stuff. If GFF can allow him, give him all the support he needs. I heard him mention about grassroots, about infrastructure in his post-match interview. I think the government, England, Amnan Stadium, the lady, if hopefully everything would go well with the stadium. If they can work on the parks nearby, create these platforms, sponsor some of these tournament investors. Now, coach, you see investment aspect. We get more of these tournaments because this is where the work is being done. Senegal, so with all these things, they're right. They have the private sector investment into the generation food, the Jambars and the Darussalam academies. That's the future. Maybe outside of this topic, you can see right now recruitment being for If you see the number of scouts, you can see like most of us talk to the
Agent
scouts.
scouts, everyone is here.
Yes, there's all the supporters you just know to seek out because right now they're looking at these kids for future Bineka. If Mali can get a kid from Mali straight to Manchester, Gambia can do it. We made Adama Bojam from Steve Biko to to Hans. Kenan, the Owen kid from Biko to Olympiacos. We can do it. Gambia can do it. The talent is there. So swing focusing on this. There is so much. Most of us in have the swing players, but we're receiving calls left, right, and center requesting about the players' profile and so. So meaning work is being done on the.
Ah, mais ko suñ brother mu fa Bakary ñëwoon na fi amoon nañ ko fi very nice so agent Yankoba Minteh gis naa ko mi ngi si mu fa di follow proceedings ci yow nag yow from a coaching perspective boo seetaanee game bi yan player a seet nga ne like su fekkee ne xëy na ñetta yu ma mention nii xam naa ñooñu la gars yi doon gën a waxee yow ñan ñoo la feesoon bu daal si game bi.
Definitely. I think three they were outstanding. Understand? Captain. Okay, Francis, aka Babukar Suzo, I think Suzo la, my striker. Yeah, they were outstanding. When you see Francis mom, du gan si man xam naa ko bu baax invite naa ko trials 2 times suma trials moo lay organise understand nga because seetaan naa ko mu ngi play Infinity Academy in Manjai so comme ni ko Aliou waxee yàgg naa play si academy ak yooyu noonu yëpp so moom I know him very well xam nga so yeah so comme ni ko Aliou waxee play na off position which to me is off position but man mu ko jëkk a seetaan he plays as a number 10 Infinity Academy Francis in fact Francis musoon naa indi problème Manjai yeah volas penalty bi like he moo leen di ooyee di borom ghost penalty bi jël nañu 2 days pour ñu mën a xam ne goal la or du goal waaye loolu is a long story but he's someone koo xam ne he has the potential to reach the top understand nga he just need to work on one or two things in football and you understand he's young in fact this year he played in Nawetaan in Manjai he played one game for Darussalam against us he played one game in Manjai Nawetaan so comme waxee rek la number 9 bi like Aliou knows like after the match I was just calling the boy naka la no one really plus Chama like he left chat xama laal banta xale boobu Chama
kooku DPC trials bi la ko guys scoop
waaw
top agents signed him from the goal project before the final selection.
top agents waaw like Bax moo ko sign wal mu dee amut ay lifin laxa Bax moo ko sign understand one thing I can tell you I don't know the boy personally but according to what I have just watched today yesterday no I think they've signed a very very good player with huge potential because the figure like I mean the structure physically understand the movement of the boy you understand his presence in the box like he was playing like a 25-year-old player striker trust me I was so impressed no matter the captain he's a leader he's a fighter he's a warrior xam nga Chamos moo bëggee wax fii dama I don't think it's right ma toog fi di taga xale yi because even if they are very young te suñu waree seenaan vidéo bii nii dañoo feel ne like yeah ñun ñu ngi def wonders te one they've just lost two they are young understand so I think they have a lot of things to do they have a long way to come xam nga loo xam ne like dañ si war a jàng but to be honest nag these 3 players you mentioned are outstanding but I'm also impressed with the 2 fullbacks understand nga on a ko Ali mu ne ko number 5 right back bi I don't think he's a fullback I think he's a winger because defensive wise he was strong but going forward with the ball he was very confident.
Gisuloo outfootam yi boy comme Luka Modric.
Exactly, he was very confident. Number 3 bi however I'm meant to know that he's a central midfielder but because of this MRI ak yooyu gars improve dañu ko left back xam nga because moom photo mi waxoon nañu affaire moom tamit understand nga but to be honest
beneen left half back bi sax dafa am injury moom moo amee xama hamstring la pour xama tap am na moom tam natural left half back bi playwood
yeah so I think that man to be honest that I'm so impressed someone let's see what happens tomorrow inshallah Chama dégguñ la de
ma ne ko let's see waaw maa ngi mute woon maa ngi si xat rek ba léegi affaire yu bàyyut ma ne ko let's see what will happen tomorrow hopefully dina am result bu ñu soxla suñ any type of win bu ñu am foofu noonu rek su ko defee ñu mun a progress to the semi-finals which of course if we win that progress to the final which is long way but loolu mooy goal bi daal foofu noonu egga to the African Cup of Nations at the end of the day so hopefully the kids can achieve that but anyways let's move on to the other topic that we have that is our boy star boy we have been talking about the backs Yankuba Minteh gis nañ ne CAF def nañ seen shortlist for the African Player of the Year, Young Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, and Team of the Year. The only representative we have from the Gambia is Yankuba Minteh, who is shortlisted for the Young African Player of the Year, man. He's among 10 players. If you see the players, one of them is his teammate, Carlos Baleba. You have Konate from Ivory Coast, Jakite. He's also teammate for Adama Bojang at Stade de Reims. Yankuba Minteh, of course, Abdul Aziz Isaiah, Bilal El Kanous, and you have a couple from Senegal and one Moroccan, I believe, and one Tunisian. I cannot see that very well right now. But for 10 players here, like I nominate for the Young African Player of the Year, Yankuba Minteh is in the mix. Which, of course, what do you make of that, Che?
I think li moom kenn du kenn si werante Minteh boo xam ne fii nii understand nga te tamit su ko winee tamit deserve na pour win ko because su dee da nga xool progress am bu mu make ak performance bu mu understand nga recently I think he deserves to be there and he even deserves to be able to win it xam nga one can say in the Gambia demuñ far si AFCON bi because yaa ngi gis ñoom Jahir bu fa nekk de he had a good tournament in the AFCON during the AFCON understand in
Yeah.
fact I think he scored the winner against Mali if I'm not wrong xam nga so yeah kii tamit yaa ngi gis Lamine Camara he won it last year and he has also been progress. He has also progressed from like being the best player in the Chan team for Senegal. When you host tournament, you know the best player in the under 20. Um, African coach champ covers the whole from the under to Mets. That guy to the Senegal national team and become a key player for the Senegal starter. Had a very very good tournament during the AFCON. Understand? He scored a wonderful goal against the Gambia. I think he scored 2 goals in that competition. Hamga. And he was a nominee. He was one of the nominees for youngest player. Unfortunately, um, this guy from
Odingra.
Brighton, Adingara, moving go. So when like if Adingara was here, outright more disappointed win go because of community te CAF ñi nga xam ne CAF dañ bàyyi suñ competition even soo xoolee to the bigger one sax understand the player of the best player award bi gis nañ ko mel ne Boniface nekku fa te he deserves to be there but moom su am tweet na comment ne wax ne xëy na maybe lu mu play af ko mu nga gaay boole ko si liste bi but he deserves to be there because he's one of the most outstanding African players to play this past year understand coming back to Minteh comme la ko he deserves to be there, and if he wins it, he deserves it. But the fact that he's there, we have a representative there. I think, yeah, we can say bravo to us.
Bravo to us, definitely. I know I CAF then they buy a season living, but I like that. I like that because I think the CAF competition should carry more weight, especially the African Cup of Nations, than what you are doing with your club and stuff like that. But of course, the club form was also important. Of course, Yanko Minte, what he did for club, is the main thing. But of course, he has been very good for country as well. He has been one of the most important players for the Gambia. Since Buko Binyue, he it's only him and Musa Barrow knew at least 5 goal involvement. You see, there's players here, two like I'm well less. Yanko Minte like Musa Barrow. So for country, he has been really good. And for club Feyenoord last season, what he did was absolutely exceptional. And then he continued that to Brighton, trying to settle into the Premier League, which is the toughest league in the world. It's difficult, but yeah, I'm very happy to see him there. But what do you make of this nomination?
Yeah, I think it's only like Al Bojan. It's fair and balanced. Um, Che was given some very good statistics on most of the time what determines the winner in this. But getting a Gambian like getting a nomination here is a huge feat. Teams very new, and then we have a lot of young, amazing talents in the continent that deserve to be on the list. So if you make it on this list, like it's an amazing feat for country. Like looking at where Yankuba came from, his progression to the national team, and then becoming a very important player for the team. Just on the same list, like Lamin Kamara, you mentioned Baleba, Nyom Yipsen transition to the national team and what they're doing for the continent. Like it's amazing because we see them week in, week out for their clubs and then country time. They've been performing exceptionally. The Moroccan kid that you were talking about, Segir, same thing. I watched the Liga. He's doing very well with Monaco, and then now with the national team also the same thing. They Omar Jahited the same thing. He had beginning of the Afcon, he had some on and off, but you could see the talent in the kid, and then even in France doing very well with the club. So I think if we win, like they all deserve it because just to be on this list is one thing, and then it serves as a motivation to the younger generation. Like Yankuba serves as a motivation to a whole lot of people. Like within the 1 year or so, he's on this list. The kid in Mansa Congo can also dream of the same thing. And when I work hard, I can be there. Right now, Che was breaking the news about Bucks. Now this kid from the number 9 can start dreaming that he can be the next Yankuba Minteh on list in few years to come. And they're on the right track. So I think this is good for Gambia having a player to be on this list, and then using the CAF barometer term. it's good because they encourage countries' participation. The national teams, that's their competition, so they prioritize that over any other thing, which is really good.
Chama, yaa ngi mute.
Any champ.
Boy, I'm off there. So I think maybe next month, like at the end of the next month, November, like I wanna decide the winner, or I think it's in December. But yeah, we yeah. It's time we just
But
like, of course.
Chama, let me vote.
Then I vote. I don't know how the voting system works in CAF. I don't know. So it's more hello more fair now. I don't know.
The time.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Anyways, you move on to the national team as well. You continue to national team. FIFA ranking be latest FIFA ranking be Guinea. Gambia is now ranked 128 from 135. They improve by 7 positions. This is the first rank increase we have in 1 year. Since October 2023, we have not increased our FIFA ranking. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing, definitely, because we got a couple of decent results, or we got a very good result against Madagascar one, and because considering Madagascar were actually better than us in terms of the FIFA ranking, so within them means the swing ranking made a far boost. Yeah, 1 year since. Badara, let me start with you on this one. From 126, from 135 to 128. What do you make of that?
Yeah, any gains, we will celebrate it because I remember there was a time I think Argentina also played at a particular team, a very unknown country, and then people were trolling them. Okay, New negative players, and then I think about the country's ranking was higher than some other countries that we were not expecting. So during the conversation, people were explaining how these rankings are achieved. One of them is this official test games. In Gambia, we've not been even having those games. Sometimes we talk about our preparations. Ñun, for the past moments, suñ official games yi lañ dee use pour test suñ boy. Dañ dee gis ne everyday trials la pour am like a fixed 11 sax problem la because when countries are having official test games to test their boys, we are not available. A lot of things goes into these things. I mean, stadium, we cannot host certain games. Like it's expensive, but this is good. This is good, and I hope from here we can move on to like gain rankings because it's good for our players. It's good for the country's profile. On our league, but before the Premier League, you have to be in a certain ranking category to have certain exceptions for your players to be able to play in England. So I know things are changing. Now talent is everywhere, but rankings like this is good for the country. It's good for the boys. It boosts their morale, and then the standing of the country also goes to the next level because that's what people use to gauge your performance, to gauge your overall standards in world football. You can see the we're talking about FIFA ranking this, FIFA ranking that. So I think it's good, and then hopefully we will be having more official test games beyond this tournament, and hopefully we can qualify. Like we said, we always tell Johnny our standard is AFCON. Anything less than that, we, we don't want it. Hopefully, when we make it to the next AFCON, our ranking will improve.
Yeah, definitely. But because my brother, mama, ko nuyu, magu mane. Every time get around the support. When I go, bro, nuyu nela. Che, Sibir week, I already posted about Johnny. Actually, that was on Monday or something. I think like his record as the national team coach after 6 games, 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. I think but I mentioned a few important things about the test game. I think since we knew it, Fiat like I feel like there was no window for us to hold any friendly game during that period, which is very difficult for him as well. But with the start he has, it's an average start. It's not nothing spectacular, but at least you can see like the ideas that he's bringing in. I put that out there and try to ask people how they rate his time in the Gambia so far. Come Badaluma Watni. Our standard now is AFCON. If you cannot give us AFCON, we don't have no leg they can go. But so far, what do you make of him? And yeah, what do you make of him there?
Wow, Chairman, from the onset, I'm impressed with his coaching because we've all been yearning about one thing attack, attack, attack.
Mm-hmm.
Gambia progress nañ as a country when it comes to football. Mooy ne we've started be going to places that we've never been, places that we've dreamed to be there, to be. Mooy AFCON. We've done it with Tom back to back. Xam nga, he still stamped as the greatest coach ever in the Gambia. Understand nga? But at the end of the day, football is a process, and also you have to with that process you have to be progressing. Understand nga?
Mm-hmm.
We've seen that the squad have to be progressing. More of late, also ranking them this low. Understand nga? Yeah, Tom, his last 5 games, he lost all his last 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember something right, understand?
Yeah.
So he was on the low and on the down. So I think Jonathan Comin bringing his input, understand nga, with a very in a very difficult situation. Comme ni ko Aliou waxee, Gambia ne ko ñu mun a am test games. Te according to FIFA calendar, the only time bu space mun a am pour ñu mun a am this test match, I think it will be in November next year.
Mm-hmm.
Next year November la ñu
Yeah.
doog a mun a because right now calendar bi ekopaay boo xam ne football yaa ngi bari, understand nga, international league competition la, World Cup
Mm-hmm.
qualifiers, AFCON qualifiers, understand. So it's difficult for countries like the Gambia, especially could be new. All his games are all competitive games. So I'm telling for test and come like we expect maximum results every game. So I think it's not easy for him. But again, nothing less than after qualifier, we deem it as we see it as a failure, but it shouldn't be a total failure. So happening, come over, given the circumstances, is good. But I think we are in the right direction now. Manda journey out so far so good. It's just like one thing that la Bugarek Mumbai say to me, he's so arrogant when you come with the way he approaches games. The younger the coordinator couldn't go, especially the game against Gabon. You couldn't play against Gabon inside Gabon. Go play with that team. To me, that was too much. He was too arrogant. I like him in that game, to be honest.
Yeah, but yeah, mention important things. Like, so the AFCON side, it's not gonna be a total. It's not a like. I know we want to go to AFCON because we have the last two African countries, so we are there. So to not be there in the next one, so it's gonna be a kind of a disaster, make over. But it's a difficult task to be there because we have one of the most difficult groups as well, and then you mentioned Tom Hamga. Yeah, I mentioned that Tom moom ñëwee Gambia first 11 games ami one win la ñu jox one win la jox Gambia. I know people duñ bàyyi xel loolu noonu but one win la Tom jox Gambia, and during that period play na si African Cup of Nations qualifiers, play na si World Cup qualifiers. We did not qualify for both those, but léegi Johnny su qualified for this first tournament bu mu dem taxaw pour war a qualify for léegi ñu ne like yéen a bëggoon attacking coach léegi isil ne attacking coach bi mënut leen a yóbbu AFCON but nekku ci woon di xalaat Tom the first to qualifying competitions yu mu nekkoon di participate in ne dafa fail in those two competitions, then the third one bu African Cup of Nations bi mu make ko. So everybody start measuring from the last two African Cup of Nations, Fate, where it started. So yeah, I think he needs time.
That's
Huh?
success for you. So I mean success. Then you have a failure. Laugh
Yeah,
you know. Niki lum
yeah,
bon. So they hal. You pay ku bax la.
exactly.
That's also like
Yeah, but we cannot continue to be experimenting stuff. Like that chance was given to Tom. He took us there. We you go at me for no. So that's the standard now. Okay, man, I'm a developer. I work in youth development. Some I encourage the kids about participation development. When it comes to our national team standard, of course, is our standard now. It's below standard, and then it's like you can blame the coach. You may not be able to blame him at some point, but it's our overall football infrastructure. Bring
Yeah.
this so like Gambia, I'm a transition in our football. Even though right now we see a lot of it's doing very well in European leagues and stuff. Like before amuñu woon loolu, and then sometimes now we have a lot of options. Like, okay, kii waroon na fi play, kii baax na nii ak nii ak nii. But overall, because I remember when this coaching stuff was happening, I was talking to a coach in Germany. It was like one of the candidates who applied was like the option is mom, for mom. You negotiate. It's like can we work on development? Like have all these structures in place for the long term. Because all the other countries that we look up to now, one of the things is they depend on their diaspora a lot, like Senegal, Mali, all these countries, Guinea. You look at their teams, 50% of the kids are all born in the European countries, played in top league, grew up here, they didn't play for those national teams. Some even have the option to be playing for those teams, but they opt to go and play. I'm but not to the level of the other countries. But the other
Yeah.
thing also that is missing in development, like I was saying, the transition is not there. Nyata Hale play under 17 in the Gambia, then needs to be under 20, you play for the national team. Lol is the global problem of the football
Of the football.
in the
Yeah,
country.
exactly.
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 So
But in the context of the coach,
that,
like the individual,
yeah.
like Luther Sufege and Munuko make in the African Cup of
No,
Nations,
it's a
like
failure.
what do
It's a
we do
failure.
next? Is
It's a
what do
failure.
we do next? No,
What is
it's
in
a
the
failure.
what is in
Yeah.
the contract, or what is in the contract in relation to with the relevant authorities? But in community to Afghan, it's a failure because them na nyari on with the link am now is possibly even better. We have even better option now than before. They don't qualify.
Players.
Yeah, in terms of players.
But I mean, we still haven't played in our home ground.
Yeah, no,
We still have those global problems. You have
but games
don't
is
move on start
but
problem you
all
never
our
for one day.
qualifying games were away. Most of the games that qualified us, most some of them were away. Like we won games away. So I know that's one point. So more than the good news about the next month is we have the chance to correct a whole lot of things playing. Even though legally pressure there could be so much pressure from the boys on the boys playing at home, the expectation and stuff. But on a scale of preference, it's still in our advantage to play home with
So,
that home crowd than playing away.
yeah. So in your opinion, if coach fail to qualify, like hypothetically, you will call for his head, like or will you give him time? In your opinion, like from your point of view.
I was trying to see the next game. I've been following him. I know he's still working on trials and errors and stuff, trying to perfect things. But sometimes in Gambia right now, we cannot settle for less. It's like sometimes, like I joke,
What?
we are not who we think we
But
are, but we still have the.
exactly, you know that. We know that. Like if you understand that.
we we are
Then
not who
what?
we think we are, yeah, in terms of a whole lot of things. But come
Yeah.
our mom, the problem on the coach's head would be we have had Tom reality and then worked with our reality. You came and then you believed in your philosophy and then your philosophy didn't work. So you have to own up to you have to own up to that responsibility. No matter what the situation is, as bad luck as you are, as we may not blame you, but that's the standard. But I hope something works for us. Not hoping for the worst.
Definitely, because or else we will be going merry-go-round. Okay, that is the standard we set, and then su fekkee mënuloo ko ñu isiwaat keneen kooku ñëwaat moom tam mënu koo lifin. Then I think we are gonna do. Wow, so loolu dafa nekk affaire nag dafa nekk affaire. But anyways, ma ne ko waxtaan.
We hope we qualify. It's tough, but
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But actually, sa loolu sax ko dugg sànni woon foofu noonu pour déglu nit yi la gars yi wax because after 6 games, xam nga he has this kind of record. So say naka la people reacted to it, and now it has brought some positivity because for the first time in 1 year we have a FIFA ranking rise. Loolu is positive. Because fu jógee la. Super positive la.
I'm not positive on the Yamapate mention. With the amount of goal we scored. I think that's a big plus.
Yeah.
Understand that? Although my biggest problem was the goals we are
Defense.
conceding. Understand that? But again, Gambia is scoring how many goals? 11 and scored 12 goals. 6 games.
For now 11 let's score. Yeah, 11. Konte one na 11 la for now.
So you are talking about 3.5 goals on average. No, two goals per game level.
Have to, yeah.
So that's massive.
Yeah, he has got every single game.
Because obviously Tom, with that negative tactic, understand? You call it negative as a fan, but as a coach, you understand where Tom was coming from. You understand? Because what you know,
mu ne yaa ngi seetaan programme bi Ousmane Sarr yow la moo waxal.
Because Tom as a coach soo jël club nga jël a team da nga analyse whole history bi ak recently fu fu mu nekk. Looking at the Gambia, Gambia we concede a lot of goals, but we didn't just score goals. Understand? Scoring goals is our quality. So Muna Tom came with that mindset. You know what? Let me just sit behind the ball. Make sure that we must score. I might have set piece. I will have counter attacks. Understand? Then make it make it the best u- use of it. Understand? So yeah, the fact that this guy has came, understand, change everything, the attack, understand, and we all love what we are seeing, the chances are there. Depending on the data boys and you are the hammer. So I think it's positive, Chama. Even without government outcome, you can call it a failure, but not a total failure. Yeah, because you can see the
Yeah,
failure.
not to that extent, yeah. But when I go what time in there, I think covering all the topics. But it was good to have you around today. Time mo man ko kampe bi yako ame. Ya ame kampe bi man ma retire.
I know.
Well, thank you for coming, man. Thank you for joining us.
Dama bëgg a siri foofu connect ma rek moo bi ay wana la ñu adopt ma.
Waaw ma ne ko suma bu waji siri fo time mi ngi nos bay war nañu jox ci xaalis mi ngi wara down ci campé bi xam nga so amé ben contract dam ko dé wara down ci campé bi at least ñu dem ñu mëna libi xam nga
Waaye moom daf dee dem noos moom rek.
voilà suma waji
But it's
ah
good, Chama. This conversation is good. Like I think this is what is going to take our country forward. Like positively criticizing stuff, how we want certain things to change. I think it's good. We can continue having these conversations to move our football forward, and then hopefully we get more investment in our grassroots football. Because maybe all the problems that we are talking about right now, I think I'm looking at the right investment at the grassroots. Nothing is going to work uh, because
wala
um,
tax
because Fufula Afesineka, like you build the under 15, the under 17, and then transition to the under 20, and then hopefully we will have a lot of talent pool. Like Che and I always talk about this. If, like I said, if Manchester can sign a player from Mali to Manchester Street, that means something is there. If they can get players to Salzburg, to Bayern Leverkusen, Gambia can do the same thing. And then it all goes to the grassroots because talent removal. Right now, we're seeing a lot of scouts coming to Gambia, organizing scouting events. We've seen a lot of investment with the Gambinos, with Calabas Academy, with all these academies in the Gambia. Meaning that there are foreign investors investing in the Gambia, meaning the talent is there. So in few years, like process, like maybe in 2 3 years, we will start seeing more of our kids going straight from center of excellences those we have in the Gambia to these big leagues that can provide us with that talent pool. We can get players from anywhere. Tey rek ndey Senegal ñun dee bàyyi si gannaaw sax would be starters for any country. You look at Nigeria, the same thing. You look at Ghana as struggling as they are right now. But you look at the talent pool in that country, having kids from Accra Academy straight to Barcelona, it's a big thing. Recently, just like the investment contracts, uh, Barcelona, I'm with academies in Mali and in Senegal. So eventually, Gambia, we can also have that, and then the kids can benefit from those things. And then I'm sure we will be ready to have the proper talent pool being solar to compete in any competition around the world when it comes to football.
Chama yaa ngi mute.
ma ne ko thank you bro Che ma ne ko final words and then su ko defee ñu ñëw wrap up call it a
Waaw
day
Chama xanaa kañ di kontaan rek di rafetlu tamit Aliou ñoom bi because yaakaar nañ ne tey ñu bëri jàngee nañ ko si moom xam nga te ñu ngi tey xam naa tamit ñu ngoo ñaan tamit mu ñoo jox time rek xam naa c'est busy man pour mu gën a ñëw especially comme si youth football youth development xam nga muy ñëw see dimbale bu baax a baax ndax nit ñi tamit xam nga gën a xam naka la suñu football yi demee ak tamit jàngal ñu xam nga parce que moom am na expérience yi xam nga naka lañ ko sotti because ñu ne seen problème dafa bëri te ñun Gambie dañ bëri académie fii nii but are they real academies? Because I don't know 6 months even football. I'm not structure it bow, set up the bow. So I think with this knowledge, also Muko share as a platform, I think it will be of help to so many coaches, so many young coaches, so many academic coaches, some even football administrators on how to develop grassroots football, come a set of excellence, all those things. Some I think is very important. I look actually appreciate your trop to be honest. And welcome to the family because we are one family. We are representing the Gambia. So you are a brother, you are a Gambian.
No
So
man, next time I'm going in the
so,
Baba number you debate because we am team 1 hour organize test game suma academy waaye ba léegi
Kalla.
Baba ceewoon na ko fi interview bu nice.
waaw moo ko doon borom baax la borom baax la moo ko borom réew mi bu koy borom réew mi waaw caama nag di la jaajëfal rek xam nga tamit show bi moom te interesting na trop comme ni ko jàng nañ ci lu bari xam nga te li ngay ñaan rek yàlla gi ñoo jàppale di continuer ci waasuñ gars yi xam nga ne gis nañ support bi xam naa caama nag am ne dafa occupé mu tax lifi ko waaye war na la ak nañ 5,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube xam nga I think it's massive xam nga yeah continuer di support continuer di like rek xam nga because comme ni ko rek lii is your platform is for you guys ñu ñoo rek pour yéen la xam nga jërëjëf Thiam.
Wow, jërëjëf thank you very much guys kon cee wax na ko thank you for 500 subscribers Facebook YouTube 5,000 subscribers on YouTube and 10,000 on Facebook léegi daal 12 I don't know around that but yeah jërëjëf waaye and continue di support subscribe leen si channel bi like leen video si and follow leen ñu si sa waa ji ma gisee moo seetaan nii bu leen woori sax boo tax muy tëb foofu noonu xam naa loolu noonu but jërëjëf guys yéen bii ñu bàyyi leen I'll be back on Monday or Tuesday for the weekend recap the performance Gambia foreign based players and performance we will do that over the course of the midweek Barara thank you very much yow neen déggoo si campagne bi all right ci déggoo neen bi ba beneen yoon